Hello everyone, my name is J-Doc. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the co-op in Dying Light 2. The second anniversary is right around the corner and is potentially adding things like the co-op missions and the VNC tower raids. But there's still a lot of work Techland has to do to the foundation of the co-op to make these things worth it in the long run. In this video, we're going to dive into all of the most pressing co-op issues the game has. And stay tuned because we have a special guest later on in the video. Starting off with the server browser and quick join both being broken. I believe the PC version of the game is not nearly as troubled with actually connecting to the servers, but I can only really speak from my experience on Xbox. But there isn't much of an experience here. You simply cannot connect to other people's games, even if they have a distress call sent out. This is not that big of a deal to those that actually have friends to play with. Here's some footage of multiple minutes worth of me trying to connect to another player using the server browser feature as well as the quick join. Both things, of course, led to a dead end. PC players, let me know if you're having similar issues. So a fix for this would just be to create a more reliable server browser. So let's pretend Techland fixes the connectivity issues. Now we actually get to play the game with people, which leads me into the gameplay. The gameplay in co-op has a litany of bugs and desync problems. If you're not familiar, desync is basically when you do something that doesn't exactly match up with the other player and creates a very laggy experience for everybody. This leads to a consistently unpleasant experience that obliterates any possibility of extended co-op sessions, as the game can get borderline unplayable. Animations for multiple moves either look terrible or don't seem to exist at all, like the head stomp. Third-person parkour animations look stiff and unnatural and often don't match up with where the player is actually located. The viral leap sucks in first person, but it's somehow even worse in third person. I'm sure you all have your own takes on what needs to be updated for the multiplayer to feel good. My biggest concern is with the stuff like the co-op missions and VNC tower raids, which will be very gameplay oriented. If this is how the game plays now, I really don't think it's gonna handle much more. Techland must iron out these animations and fix up the desync issues, repair the server browser, because then co-op will actually have a good, solid foundation to build off of. This would help mend the cycle of getting content and then needing to wait for them to patch it up later on. Next up is something the community has been begging for months. Everybody wants cross-platform. The number of players in Dying Light 2 is definitely not ideal. For a live service game, you're gonna want people to actually play with. I really don't think it would be in their best interest to introduce crossplay when the game plays like this. I truly believe though that bringing all of the platforms together will make the player counts skyrocket. It would be a win after win for Techland. We'd be getting more multiplayer content and more people to play with. Sounds like a no-brainer. I don't know what's taking them so long to make this move. People really want this. With the way that Techland is updating Dying Light 2, the amount of content they're adding is only going to keep people around for a short amount of time. The creators are going to make their videos about how incredible this new update is. I mean, I do it too. The community is going to give it a try for a couple of days, and then we're all going to go back to waiting and speculating about what's coming next. I know there are priorities in development that I will probably never understand, but what I do know is the players will value incredible gameplay with less content over more content and mediocre gameplay. I want to remind everyone, this is a game that you paid for. This is an experience that many people paid upwards of $60 for, and this is still the condition it's in 2 years later. For this next part of the video, I'm gonna hand it over to our guest, Aussie GG.
A lot of people may be familiar with the hilarious but game-breaking Deathloop bug, or many other bugs that completely screw players over. But I want to talk about the smaller things that, while pale in comparison to other big glaring co-op issues, are also quite important to highlight themselves. Ever since Techland made it so players have to be far apart to pick up dropped items, item trading has become very antisocial. Forcing people to run away from each other just so they can trade is counterintuitive. Now, sure, this system is in place to prevent players from duping, but if the social part of co-op gameplay is sacrificed for this, I don't think this is a good system. Dead Island 1 had a great trading system where players would directly interact and list items to trade with each other in a unique trading screen. Something like this will help make co-op trading more social again, as well as prevent third-party thievery from dropping things on the ground. So I go accept trade, and then here accept trades. Trade finished successfully. And you see the bottom left of my screen, Molotov and alcohol taken, and I no longer have the throwing knives. Everyone wins, and you can't get third partied by someone picking up a weapon that you dropped. It's so simple and it works so well, and I don't know why both DL1 or DL2 don't have it.
Part of why I enjoyed Dying Light 1 so much was honestly the duplicating. I loved duplicating items with my friends in co-op. I'm not saying that's a key takeaway here, but there is some stuff that Techland is taking away from the fun factor in Dying Light 2. It's so important to value the feelings people get when they play your game. It doesn't all have to be about the content or the gore. If you just give people the opportunity to make their own fun, even if it is through glitches or whatever, your game will have a lot more players. Just to recap, this is the co-op update the community is begging for. We want gameplay and bug fixes, smooth out the animations, eliminate desync as much as possible, introduce crossplay, add a progression sync option, and make content come in last. If Techlane manages to fix and add these things, Dying Light 2 will be well on its way to becoming a greatly respected co-op experience and will bring back a large portion of the community. All of this alongside the addition of firearms, VNC tower raids, and co-op missions. There is an undeniable package here that you just can't get anywhere else. If you're passionate about Dying Light 2 and you want to talk about the game more, then come on and join my community Discord server. It'll be the perfect place for you to do that. Let me know what you would like to see done to the co-op in Dying Light 2. Did I cover the right topics? Do you think it needs more? Share your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and you want more Dying Light 2 content, hit the like and subscribe button. I will see you all in the next video.